guys, it's Bea. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm gonna talk about my Lasik eye surgery experience. So I recently got Lasik eye surgery and yeah, I'm here to talk about my experience. So I'm gonna divide this video into multiple parts. So the first part is some sort of an introduction and like backstory as to why I wanted to do this. And then the next part is about me picking where I'm gonna get my surgery, as well as like the cost and like other points to consider before like getting your Lasik eye surgery. And then the next part would be like the pre-surgery part, doing the screening and other preparations. And then the next part is the day of the surgery and other like on-the-day preparations and what to expect, what happened during the surgery, things like that. And then the last part is the post-surgery and the recovery period talk. So yeah, so feel free to skip to the part that you're interested in. I know most of you guys will be skipping to the price part because I feel like a lot of people are mostly interested about that. So yeah, I'll talk about like the quotations that I got from different clinics and also like the final price that I paid for a clear vision. So yeah, let's get started. So as a background, I've been wearing glasses / contact lenses ever since college. So it's around 10 years already for me. And my eye grade is around 400 or like -4. And yeah, I have been like constantly wearing glasses and especially contact lenses when I work or every day. So like in the recent months or years, I have noticed that my eyes tend to dry up a lot more when I'm wearing contact lenses. And also like when I wear glasses, it sort of feels really heavy on my ears, like this part. So when I have been wearing them for hours, it will just really hurt so much, or not really like hurt, but you know, it's a bothersome pain, although it's tolerable. But I wish that I could eliminate that. And also like for me, I feel like wearing contact lenses and also like having to wear glasses sometimes can be limiting when there's like a water adventure thing that you're doing when you're traveling. Like I feel like I can't open my eyes underwater because if I'm wearing contact lens, they might pop out. Or if I'm not wearing glasses or contact lenses, of course I won't be able to see anything. The thought of getting Lasik eye surgery has always been on my mind. Okay, so for the next part of this video, I'm going to talk about how I choose the eye clinic where I got my Lasik eye surgery. So I actually called several eye clinics. So the most popular one that I feel like everybody will inquire with is Shinagawa, and then the next one is American Eye Center, and the other one is Asian Eye Institute. So I feel like Shinagawa is like the most popular one and like the go-to place for Lasik eye surgery. So yeah, they were my first call and I called them about their Lasik eye surgery. So the quotation that I got from them was between 140,000 pesos to 200,000 pesos, and they have like multiple machines or like methods for their Lasik eye surgery. That's why the cost is like in that range. And yeah, it'll all depend once you've done the eye screening. I never actually did the eye screening with them because I chose a different eye center ultimately. So yeah, but they did tell me that they do have a discount and like promotion. But the thing is, like the promotion that was ongoing when I inquired was sort of like you need to have another person, like there needs to be 2 people getting the Lasik eye surgery, and then that's when you'll be getting the discount and things like that. And yeah, I didn't have another person who is also getting a Lasik eye surgery with me. So yeah, I couldn't avail of the promo, but they do have other promos. So I suggest like if you really want to get your Lasik eye surgery done with Shinagawa, better be updated with like their latest promos or like discounts. If there's like a really good discount, you can get your eye surgery done with them. Or if you can afford like the base price, then yeah, maybe you can go get it done from them. Okay, so the next eye clinic that I called is American Eye Center, and ultimately it's the eye center that I choose to go with in terms of LASIK eye surgery, and it's also the eye clinic where my mom got her LASIK eye surgery. So overall, I felt very comfortable going with them because like I knew someone who also got their LASIK eye surgery done with them. So yeah, the price that they quoted me is around 89, I think 89,000. But if you do a straight payment, like straight cash or even like straight credit card payment with them, they'll be able to knock off like 20%. So yeah, like the final price that I paid was around 72,000 pesos for my LASIK eye surgery. So the last eye clinic that I called is Asian Eye Institute, and the price that they quoted me was around 43 to 86,000. Yeah, and actually there was a bit of confusion when I called them because the first time that I called, they gave me like the first one, the lower one, the 40,000+, and then I was leaning towards going with them because it's a lot cheaper, and it's not like they're not that, I mean, they're also like a famous or a well-known eye clinic here in the Philippines. So even though it's like cheap, I mean, I wouldn't mind, like I wouldn't find it sketchy. So I tried calling again, like to double check the price, and also because like the first branch that I called was for their Makati Rockwell branch, and I was near in Quezon City, and they also have a branch at Trinoma. So I double checked with that branch and also like reconfirmed some details that I know, and apparently that wasn't like the price for both eyes. So that's just like the price for one eye, that's why it's really cheap, and like the real price for both eyes is 86,000. So yeah, that kind of like threw me off because of like they weren't able to properly convey the pricing and things like that. I feel like if you're like a front desk and people are always inquiring about these things to you, you should be able to communicate it that well, and like to avoid like misconceptions. Like if I were like, imagine if I didn't double check the price and ultimately finding out the price when I've already like done the screening and already decided and things like that, it's gonna be really disappointing. So yeah, I feel like when you're on the front desk or you're the receptionist, you should be able to convey those information properly. I mean, even if they don't straight out ask, because I feel like not everyone thinks of like asking if it's just for both eyes or just one eye, or maybe that was just a miss on my end as well. But yeah, you should be able to properly communicate that as well. So that was the quotations that I got for the different eye clinics. Other things that you may want to consider when you're calling these different eye clinics, or in terms of deciding which eye clinic you're going to, is first like the reviews about these places, and then the next one will be like, is there a warranty for the operation that you're getting? Like if it wasn't corrected properly, will they be able to correct it for free? Or do you still need to pay a lot of money just to correct the eyes that they weren't able to correct? So things like that. Another thing is if you could like use your health card for like this eye screening process, and they do tell that to you. Like the receptionist told that to me, that if I have a medical or health card, they can like cover the eye screening process and even like the consultations for the recovery period, because you're supposed to still see the doctor frequently. So yeah, I mean, overall it's also a good consideration because it's still part of the cost, like the eye screening and also the consultation fees after, so you need to take that into consideration as well. So yeah, I feel like as long as those clinics are affiliated with a health card, they most probably will be able to cover that charges as well. So yeah, like in terms of prices, I feel like they're almost the same. If you take into consideration the different promotions, overall the prices would just be at around the same price range, which is around 70 to 80K. So yeah, for me, ultimately, It was just a matter of where I feel most comfortable with, and that's with American Eye Center because my mom also got her Lasik eye surgery there. So yeah, I mean overall that is like where I'm most comfortable with, and like in terms of the price, there wasn't that much of a price difference. So yeah, if you're really like chasing for a good price, so yeah, maybe like those tiny thousands would matter to you. Okay, so the next part is the pre-surgery part. So this is the screening to check if you are qualified to do the Lasik eye surgery. So for American Eye Center, they told us that the screening process would take around 2 to 3 hours, and actually my screening took around 2 hours, and it's mostly like going through like different machines that checks your eye, and then after that they let you know if you're qualified for the Lasik eye surgery or not, and then you are free to talk to the doctor as well to like ask about questions that you want to know, like about the recovery period, or if like for me, since I use computers a lot for work, if like it's gonna hinder like the recovery, or if it's gonna affect like how long my eyes would be in good condition or things like that. So yeah, during that part you can ask your doctor whatever questions you have about the Lasik eye surgery. So I guess like prior to going to your screening as well, like try to prepare the questions that you may have for the doctor and things like that. So there's this test during the screening wherein they're gonna put an eye drops on your eyes that's sort of gonna like make it kind of blurry, or I don't know, like your vision's gonna blur or something like that. So I do advise that when you're gonna go to the pre-screening or the screening, make sure to also have a companion with you so that when you go home, like they could drive for you or something like that, because your vision's gonna be like a bit blurry, or it's gonna be off after the screening process because of that eye drop that they put on your eyes. So yeah, and then after I did the screening, they also gave me like the final quotation for the price of the Lasik eye surgery, but it was the same with like the quotation that I got from when I was doing the calls with the different eye clinics. So it's because they only have one price tier and there wasn't a lot of confusion anymore. So yeah, so in terms of preparation, they told me that I shouldn't wear my contact lenses 1 week before the surgery. So yeah, that's it for the preparation. So the next part is the day of your surgery. So make sure to be well rested, because honestly I wasn't well rested prior to my surgery. I feel like I was probably nervous or something like that, and I couldn't really sleep. I kept thinking about the surgery, and because you don't really know what to expect, I didn't really look up any eye surgery videos because I don't want it to scare me about the surgery. Like seeing what they're gonna do with my eye, it might just scare me off. So I tried to not watch it. I tried to avoid those kinds of videos. I did a lot of like Lasik eye surgery experience and like how it was for them. So that was like the most that I could go through, and not like the actual what is being done to the eye. So on the day of the surgery, we were told to come in at around like an hour and 30 minutes before the surgery. And we were actually wondering why we had to go in super early, because they told us that the surgery is really short, like it's just a few minutes. But then like prior to the surgery, they were gonna do some tests again, similar to what they did during the pre-screening, but it's not like all the tests that they did during the screening, just some similar tests, but it was a lot shorter. During the day of the surgery, they asked me to come in an hour and a half before the actual surgery time, which kind of surprised me because they told me that the actual surgery is just a few minutes, so why did we have to come in super early? But they did some another round of tests on my eye, probably just to double check some things. Okay, so during the actual surgery, they ask you to lie, relax, and be still, and just like focus on a light. And first they place some anesthesia on your eyes, and then they place like a clamp on the first eye that they're gonna work with. So for me, it was my right eye, and during that time, like my eyes felt weird after they put the clamp on, and like it's sort of like the stinging feeling that you get because you can't blink. So I informed my doctor about that because it was really bothering me, and because of that they did notice that my eyes were moving around a lot. And then after that they added more anesthesia on my eyes and like placed the clamp again. And after that I didn't really feel anything on my eyes anymore, and my eyes could like relax properly, and like it could focus and things like that. The lesson from that is to make sure to voice out what you're feeling to your doctor so that they can properly remedy what it is. So yeah, after they placed that clamp on my eye, they started with cutting that flap on the eyes. So during that part, you're supposed to sort of like make sure to not move your eyes around, so you're supposed to like focus on something. And during that part, like you do feel like a slight pressure over your eyes because like the machine like goes over your eyes. And during that part I didn't really feel anything besides like that pressure of the machine, but I did like notice that when they were working on like the first eye, like sort of like my vision for that eye disappeared. So when they were working with the second eye, I couldn't see anything, and because of that it worried me, not because I can't see anything, but more of like I'm not sure if I am focusing properly, if my eyes weren't straying around because I couldn't see. So I don't know if my eyes were moving around. So that was like my greatest worry, and like probably like the thing that I was most worried about during the surgery. And then after that everything was okay. They move on to the next part wherein they're gonna correct my eye grade, and with that they move on to the second machine. And for that part I could like slightly see it was a bit blurry, and you're still supposed to focus on something like on a green light. And like during that time like everything was like okay, there weren't any problems. You just need to focus on the light, the green light, and then like you do smell that burning smell, which a lot of the LASIK eye surgeries that I watched mentioned. So yeah, the part was fast as well. And then yeah, after that like the surgery was finished, and they were like they gave me these goggles and like giving me the instructions to how to take care of my eyes, or like like what to do, like applying the different eye drops to like take care of my eyes and things like that. So yeah, that was what happened during the day of the surgery. And yeah, everything was fast. There was definitely no pain if you're worried about that. Because of the anesthesia. So there's nothing really to worry about the surgery part. And now let's move on to the post-surgery and the recovery period for the eyes. Okay, so after the surgery, your vision is gonna be a bit blurry, although I know I could still see because I was able to like sign the payment, like the credit card. Yeah, I was able to make the signature for the payment. And yeah, but after that I tried to not use my eyes that much, and I had a companion, so I just like stuck with my companion up until we got into the car. And yeah, I remember like my eyes were a bit sensitive. Like when we got out of the parking, even though my eyes were closed during that time, I really like felt that burst of light. So yeah, just make sure to take note of that. What I did was sort of like use the jacket that I was wearing to like have that over my head so that it would like block out the sunlight or something like that. A few hours after the surgery, and that was about the time wherein the anesthesia has worn off, I did feel like pain in my eyes, and like what they instructed if that happens is to drink some pain relievers, which I did. And like after that, I didn't really feel any pain. And yeah, I only had to take like 1 dose of pain reliever, and there wasn't any pain all throughout. So yeah, during the first 24 hours, I just slept all day and just rested. Yeah, mostly just sleeping. I couldn't really use my eyes because it was still a bit blurry. So yeah, just let your eyes rest during that first 24 hours. And then the next day, I had an appointment with the doctor, and they're just supposed to check the state of your eyes. And for me, everything was okay. I just had to continue using the eye drops that they told me to use. So I had 3 different eye drops that I needed to use during the entire week after the surgery. And yeah, I just religiously took it. I set up a timer because I was supposed to use it every 4 hours. So yeah, that sort of helped me to make sure that I always put on the eye drops that I need to put, and you're supposed to take them like 3 to 5 minutes apart from each other. After the surgery, my vision wasn't like 100% perfect. Like a few days after, I could see, like I did have functional vision, but I did notice that it wasn't as clear as the state of my eyes before, like when I was wearing contact lenses and things like that. So like during the week after checkup, my doctor did note that my eyes were really dry, and that is like causing or like affecting my vision. And then so after that, they did give me a like gel that I'm supposed to put on my eyes to help like lubricate it and things like that. And like so far it's been good after using that. My vision has stabilized a lot more, although it does still need a few hours during the day to like sort of get it to that great condition. But that's it for my eyes. Like my eyes didn't really recover really fast, and it might be different for other people who did the LASIK eye surgery. I did watch other people's videos, and like some of them were like having HD vision immediately after the surgery and things like that. But for me, like the recovery period was a bit more slow. It took a week to stabilize, and other like eye medications to help my eyes because yeah, it's dry. So yeah, that's like my experience in terms of recovery, and I'm sure it hasn't really 100% recovered because there's still some downtime during the morning, like when I wake up and things like that. I'll probably do a video if I have any other significant inputs in terms of recovery, but that's it for my experience in terms of getting LASIK eye surgery. It's really convenient, but of course I haven't reached like peak in terms of convenience because I still need to put on the different eye medications that they gave me. Like I do have some eye drops that I need to continue taking, and I do have a lot of like follow-up consultations that I still need to go to like the month after, and I think the next ones would be like 3 or 6 months after, and then there would be yearly visits and things like that. So there's still some kind of maintenance, but not really as frequent or taxing as like having to wear eyeglasses or contact lenses or something like that. Okay, so that's it for my LASIK eye surgery experience. If you have any comments or questions about LASIK eye surgery, just let me know down in the comment section and I will try my best to answer them. If you like this video, feel free to click the like button, and if you want to be updated for my future uploads, feel free to subscribe to my channel. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!